Crime. The city was full of it.
Hey! Free TVs!
Desperate measures were needed.
Want you to go to the police academy.
The police academy is such a dangerous place.
Honey, don't worry.
Desperate measures were taken.
I'm joining the police force! Ah!
The mayor says we have to take this riffraff.
I'm trapped here?
Oh, yes. We all are. What about guns? When do we get guns?
You will be schooled in firearms, police procedures, local laws, and many, many other things.
High-speed driving. And self-defense.
I need a volunteer.
That's me.
Police Academy.
Where did you get this gun?
Mom gave it to me.
Mister, I am warning you, hot tower!
They're lean, mean,
Does the radio bother you? 5. I can turn it down.
obscene. Each and every one of them striving to defend
You make me sick.
Thank you, sir. I make everybody sick. Okay, the thighs.
or upend.
Come on. I haven't got all day. The thighs.
And now that they're ready for the real world, crime is no longer the number one problem. They are.
Can you get my kitty cat out of the tree?
No problem, ma'am.
Police Academy.
Hello and welcome to the 51st episode of the MWIRE Movie Week in Review. Today we will be starting a DVD spotlight on the Police Academy films. Over the next 7 episodes we will be covering all of the major motion pictures of Police Academy. I am TFG1 Mike, and as usual I'm joined with Steve Megatron. Hello.
Hello.
And yes, this is not the Superman spotlight.
No, it is not. It's the Police Academy Spotlight.
Yes, we've had some major scheduling conflicts, and honestly, for some strange reason, MWIRE has kind of gotten away from us, because I don't know why. I have no clue. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this podcast anymore, because it has gotten so bad that we are literally like 3.5 months behind in releasing episodes.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is going to help.
I don't know how it even happened, though. I mean, we've been recording them, we've been doing this, we've been doing that. I don't know. I mean, the schedule that I have, the air dates don't match the current air dates of the show.
Yes, because we're way behind.
Yes. So how have you been, sir?
Pretty good for the most part.
Yeah. Anything else to report?
No. Brain's completely drained, fried, dead.
Yeah. Yes. Well, to remedy this whole scheduling thing, we are most likely going to be with this Police Academy spotlight over the next 7 episodes. I don't know if it's going to be over the next 7 weeks. It may be over the next 8.5 to 9 days. where we record one or two, release, record one or two, release, and just power through them and get them done. When was the first time you saw the original Police Academy?
I would have to say probably the late 90s, early 2000s, because I used to watch a lot of these old 80s films with my dad.
Yeah.
Just because these are actually funny compared to things nowadays. Like, for instance, the police drama Cop Out was quite retarded compared to this.
Yeah.
Yes. Not getting into that movie, but anyhow, yes, this movie was one of my favorites since then.
Yeah, I would have to agree. This movie is pretty good. I think I would have to agree. I think I saw this, even though I'm slightly older than you, I think I saw this like late 80s. I don't think I saw this late 80s because I was 9 or 10. Well, I was 9 in 89, 10 in 90, but I think I saw this like maybe mid-90s maybe? I don't remember. I honestly don't, because I don't think my mom would have let me see this when I was that young, seeing as how it is rated R. But I don't remember. There was a lot of movies I saw when I was a kid that you weren't supposed to show your kids. And by that I do not mean porn. So
Yes.
I mean rated R films is what I'm talking about.
Just based on comedy levels and everything else.
Yeah. Okay, so getting into the plot, the newly elected Lady Mayor of an unnamed city has announced a policy requiring the police department to accept all willing recruits, effectively abolishing weight limits and medical standards. Not everyone in the police force is happy about the new change. The main character, Carrie Mahoney, is an easygoing man who has repeatedly gotten himself in trouble with the law. By standing up to arrogant men, Mahoney is forced to join the police academy as an alternative to jail, a proposal by the officer who has been lenient on Mahoney due to knowing his father, who is also a policeman. Mahoney reluctantly agrees to this and decides that he will get himself thrown out as a loophole. However, Chief of Police, outraged by the mayor's lowered requirements, decides that the new cadets should be forced to quit rather than being thrown out. Lieutenant Thaddeus Harris, who trains the cadets, agrees with the plan and employs tactics to make their lives as miserable as possible so that they do, in fact, quit. I gotta say, for me, I really like this movie, but where I really started laughing was when Michael Winslow's character came in.
Oh yeah, where he's sitting there in the police station next to Mahoney.
Yeah.
And then Mahoney manages to Shanghai him into the police thing too.
Oh yeah. He's like, but that opening scene, he's like, so what are you in here for? And I forget what he does.
He opens up his mouth and he pulls out a little speakerphone and he goes.
Yeah, no, I know what he does, but I couldn't remember if he pulls out like one of those old police microphone, like you'd see in the cars or something, and he just makes all these gun noises, and the desk sergeant is like, God damn it, stop that.
Yeah, that was quite hilarious. I love all the awesome sound effects coming out of that guy's voice throughout the whole series.
Yeah. And he's like, when we get further down into the academy stuff, and it's, I don't know, I guess it's close to lights out or something, and Harris is going around checking on people, and he's like sitting there in a gun pose. It's like he's playing a video game, but there's no TV, there's no controller. And that just amazes me, the sounds that come out of that man's mouth, because you can pretty much have your own adventures just with sound.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Oh, man.
I'd love to be able to imitate some of those.
forget imitate him. I'd love to be able to interview the guy just to have him go on and on and on about it. Oh man, wow, that'd be awesome.
I know, that is awesome.
That is awesome because I know another film that'll be coming up. Actually, episode 75.5. He was in Spaceballs as one of the as Radar.
Huh.
Because he's like the meeps, the beeps, and the creeps, or whatever it was.
Oh, okay.
That guy. So yeah. Do you have anything you want to talk about for the opening part of the plot for this, as far as, you know, Carrie doing the whole driving the car on two wheels or anything like that?
Yes, I love that part where he drives the car on two wheels, and this guy's like, I don't care where you park it, just park it. And he's like, there aren't any spots. And then his boss comes up and says, just park the damn car, and starts talking to the guy. He's like, all right, fine. So he hauls ass in the car, squealing the tires, and then whips it around and then gets it on the two wheels and manages to drive it up on two other cars.
Somehow I think this is what happens at your car dealership. And I think it's all your fault.
No, but sometimes I wish I could.
Let's see here. Let's see here.
Mahoney tries.
There we go. Mahoney tries many times, many schemes to get thrown out, as he cannot quit as part of the deal made with the officers. As it said, he quit, he was going to be sent to jail. But toward the middle of the film, he decides to stay for good, having fallen in love with Karen Thompson, a fellow police cadet played by Kim Cattrall. Holy crap. Kim Cattrall in film before Sex and the City. Holy crap.
Well, this isn't the only time she's out of Sex and the City.
Well, I know that, but
she actually looks good in this.
Yeah, true. So while in the academy, Mahoney becomes friends with fellow cadets Larval Jones, Eugene Tackleberry, and especially Moises Hightower, played by former pro football great Bubba Smith, a giant of a man who is actually quite shy and keeps away from violence. By and large, after helping him prepare for the critical driving test. Oh wow, that scene was nuts.
Yeah.
Which somebody as tall as Bubba, that, you know, back then in the film, yeah, he would have to rip out the front seat of that car
and sit in the back. That was just nuts to me. Didn't even have anywhere to put the prisoner. Oh yeah, I would, in the trunk.
So after passing, Hightower is very thankful to Mahoney. Unfortunately, the quit policy does not apply to Hightower, who gets himself kicked out of the academy because of an incident. We need to mention the incident, and we should probably talk about those two idiots, Copeland and what's the other guy's name? Yeah, Copeland and Blanks. I think the plot here pretty much glossed over the Blue Oyster Bar, didn't it?
Vaguely, but this is a constant point throughout the series. That Blue Oyster Bar Mahoney keeps sending the cops to gets more hilarious because it shows up in every film in the series.
Yeah, but I was going to point out the Blue Oyster Bar with the dancing. Are they bikers or
the dancing bikers doing the YMCA.
Yeah, and then in the scene that Hightower gets kicked out for is I think it was Copeland that called what's her name, the little mousy chick. Oh damn, what the hell's her name? The black chick.
Yes.
Oh shit, what is her name?
I'm trying to remember her name.
Let's see.
Hooks.
Yeah, Hooks. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, Cadet Hooks. I think it was Copeland or the other asshole that called her a jigaboo. And you see, after that is said, you cut to Hightower, who just like stands up full height, and then it cuts back to Harris, and Hightower's unstoppable. He's like, Hightower, you better not do anything. You'll be kicked out. And then what's his name? The little pansy ass actually gets in one of the cars, and Hightower flips the car over.
Yeah.
So he's kicked out. Let's see. After his friend and fellow cadet Laverne Hooks has been racially insulted, like I said, and angered, Hightower lifts and turns over a police car with the hated cadet Copeland inside. Shortly after this, Mahoney gets involved in a lunchroom brawl caused by Copeland and Blanks, and takes the blame for throwing the first punch, which finally gives Lieutenant Harris the green light to expel his most despised cadet. Before Mahoney actually leaves the premises, however, a major riot breaks out downtown. The resulting police emergency forces the cadets into real action for the first time. During the riot, a tough outlaw manages to steal 2 cadet revolvers, one from Copeland and the other from Cadet Blanks. The outlaw grabs and disarms Lieutenant Harris by surprise and taking the officer to the roof of a nearby building. As a hostage, Mahoney, despite his past troubles with Harris, dodges gunfire and climbs to the roof in rescue attempt. This attempt fails, and Mahoney is taken as a second hostage. Just as both hostages are about to be killed, it is none other than Hightower who suddenly appears on the rooftop in civilian clothes. The former cadet, who is back on his old job at a nearby florist just minutes earlier and left his shop due to the riot, manages to fool the hostage taker that he is a fellow crook. Sorry, I missed the R there. When asking whom the hostage taker should shoot first, Hightower points at Harris before knocking the hostage taker out with the massive punch, thus rescuing Mahoney and Harris just in time. I think it's funny as hell that they put him back in a flower shop.
Yeah, it's such a calm and not violent role.
Yep. Yeah, the other thing they gloss over in this is the podium scene.
Oh yeah, where he thought Harris would be up there, and he puts that I think it was an old lady, wasn't it?
No. The podium scene was he was in there with the hooker. The hooker in the red dress. Mahoney was in there with her, and he sees Lassard and all these other people. Like, Lassard's doing a tour of the academy with some people, because Lassard's the commandant. So he sees him coming, and he's like, get in there, get under the podium. And then Lassard walks up to the podium to make this presentation. All of a sudden you hear, and it's so distinctive, you hear unzip. And then Lassard is just basically making all these
different
faces.
Facial expressions.
Yeah, he's making all these facial expressions, and you hear zip up. And then after the people leave, Lassard looks down, and unfortunately, Mahoney sticks his head out first.
Yeah. Because
I don't think Lassard ever saw the stripper, or hooker, or whatever the hell she was.
No.
So the final part of the plot here is Mahoney and Hightower both graduate from the academy along with the other passing cadets, and both receive the academy highest commendation ever bestowed upon a cadet.
For the rescue of Lieutenant Harris and capture of his kidnapper.
Towards the end, Mahoney suddenly stammers as he sees a prostitute concealed inside the podium, and suddenly realizes Commandant Lassard has taken subtle revenge for one of Mahoney's earlier pranks in an attempt to get himself kicked out.
That was hilarious.
What was even more funny was just the way Gutenberg looked at Lassard, or the way Mahoney looked at Lassard, and Lassard just kind of looks back at him like, you asshole, I got you now. Oh, because again there was the zipper gag.
Yes, but see, I liked Lassard just because he was that cop that knew what was supposed to go on, but wasn't all there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And his cousin, who is the captain or brother or whoever, he just was such a dick, kind of like Harris was.
Yeah. Oh, Captain Reed, yeah. So who is your favorite character out of this one?
I would have to say I like three characters in particular. One being Mahoney, another being Harris, and the other one being Larval Jones. I like Jones just because of his random sound effects that he would make in order to piss off various cops, criminals. Just his whole demeanor towards everything. Mahoney I liked because of all of his random pranks that he played on everybody in the intention of getting kicked out, but at the same time, it was just hilarious watching him go toe-to-toe with Harris throughout the entire movie.
Oh, yeah.
And Harris was such a stickler that he hated all the new cadets and basically wanted to kick every one of them out, but could not. And he also wanted to try and, of course, gain higher rank. And
well, he was a lieutenant. I mean, there's not that much higher up that you can go, either captain or commandant or chief of police. I mean, there isn't,
No, but he consistently tries. And I also might note that, granted, he's the main guy in this particular film, but he's not in one of the other, or a couple of the other films. They don't use him in the next one. They have Lieutenant Mauser instead. But I think they didn't have Proctor in this one, did they? The little Weasley guy that follows Harris.
I don't think so, no.
I don't think they had him in this one, no.
No,
And they start him in the next film, but he stays pretty consistent throughout the rest of the series after that.
And, see, that's funny that you mentioned that, because I wasn't really going to get into this yet, but I don't know which DVD you have. I saw this, I might have been Best Buy, I don't know. I don't know. I have the 20th anniversary special edition, and there's a special feature on here, all new 20th anniversary digital transfer, commentary by Steve Gutenberg, Michael Winslow, Leslie Easterbrook, G.W. Bailey, director Hugh Wilson, and producer Paul Molansky. All new reunion documentary. And in the reunion documentary, Bailey brings up the Proctor thing. But I don't think that, I don't think it was even said in this one.
No, he was not in this one. But the interesting thing is they have Lieutenant Mauser for the next film, and he becomes Commandant Mauser in the third film. And then by the fourth film, we're back to Captain Thaddeus Harris instead of Lieutenant.
Yeah.
And then they keep with Harris for the rest of the series. But it's just kind of random that they have Mauser in there.
Yeah. As far as some of the reception stuff, it's made $81,198,894 in 1,587 theaters, making it the sixth biggest grossing film in the U.S. in 1984. The film was also a success worldwide, grossing approximately $146 million. Although it was commercial success, it did garner some criticism. The film currently has a 47% fresh rating at the Film Reviewer Agritite site, Rotten Tomatoes, which includes 7 positive and 8 negative reviews out of 15 reviews. So I don't get that. I just don't get that.
It was a really good film.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Despite the fact that it's old, it's still got a lot of awesome, funny clips within it.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, here we go. This is probably the most atrocious line I will ever read on this show. Roger Ebert, that asshole of the Chicago Sun-Times, gave the film 0 stars out of a possible 4 stars, commenting that it really is something so bad that maybe you should pool your money and draw straws and send one of the guys off to rent it so that in the future, whenever you think you're sitting through a bad comedy, he could shake his head and chuckle tolerantly and explain that you don't know what bad is. Wow, what an asshole.
Yet the other critic for the New York Times gave it a favorable review.
Yeah.
Which goes to show you, most of the time when Roger Ebert opens his mouth,
he's wrong.
Something crap is coming out.
Yeah.
Especially when he's talking about video games or anything else that he knows nothing about.
Yes, very, very true.
But he wouldn't know a good series if it bit him in the ass, considering a lot of the ones that he chooses tend to be ones that, I mean, granted, they're good movies, but they're not everybody's movies, whereas something like this would be an everybody movie.
Yeah, that's very true. So for the home video releases, Police Academy VHS 1984, the original theatrical version of the film was released in 1984. In Europe, it was released on VHS as Police Academy, What an Institution. And then there's the one that I just mentioned earlier, the Police Academy 20th Anniversary Special Edition DVD, was released around the world in 2004. Special features include making of, documentary, audio commentary by the cast in the original theatrical trailer. And then you have the Police Academy Complete Collection DVD, which is something I would like to get eventually. This DVD collection is a 7-disc box set, which includes all 7 Police Academy films released between 84 and 94. Police Academy 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7 are in 1.851 widescreen. Police Academy 4 and 5 are in 1.331 full screen. All of the films have multi-language subtitles and their own retrospective featurettes. So that's pretty cool. I've seen that, not in person, but I've seen it like online, so I'll have to pick it up at some point.
I have all the films already, so I probably won't pick up the complete edition.
Well, yeah, but see, I only have the first one, so...
Yeah, so that's not that big of a cut.
Yeah. And then, of course, like we said, there are sequels. 85, we saw Police Academy 2, Their First Assignment. 86, we saw Police Academy 3, Back in Training. Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol, came out in 87. 5 was Assignment Miami Beach in 88. 6 was City Under Siege in 89. And Police Academy, I guess you could call it 7, but they just call it Police Academy Mission to Moscow, was in 1994. So they basically released a movie a year until 1989, and then they waited like 5 years to release one.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, I really enjoy this first film. I'm not a big fan of Tackleberry, although may David Graff rest in peace. But overall, I really did enjoy it, and I do think it's worth anyone who is a comedy a film buff for comedies needs to watch this, because it is funny. And
it would not have worked without the same group, despite what you may think about certain characters. This film definitely needed these weird and quirky characters that it did have.
Yeah.
I mean, Tackleberry was cool for his flying off the handle with his, random guns and wanting to use his own guns.
My mother bought it for me for Christmas, sir.
I will use it on your face.
I'm sorry, but that scene with them doing the target practice and everybody else missing, and all of a sudden the whole top half of the target blows off. And this big ass gun. And Thaddeus is like, "Where did you get that?"
Oh, Mama gave it to me.
Damn, that's so funny. You have anything else you want to say about this one?
No, but this would definitely be one that I would pick up and watch if you haven't seen it. It would give you an indicator of how pretty much the rest of the series is going to be, although they do get better up to a certain point. I would say at least watch the first 4, and especially if you're a Gutenberg fan.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's not in the last 3. I have heard random rumors that either there's going to be, which we'll cover in the last spotlight, either an 8 or a reboot, which a reboot, I would say no.
No. It needs to be left alone. Films need to be left the way they are.
They're attacking our 80s films and destroying them.
Yes, we are so going to have to do What the Fuck Are You Thinking Hollywood episode of GeekCast Radio. Because there's so much stuff that we could go on and on and on about, but is really not on topic. Basically, leave the 80s alone, damn it. Stop trying to pad your fucking pockets with money, assholes. And ruining our damn films.
And there you have it.
That whole thing I keep saying about Michael Bay, it pretty much, it pretty much goes for all of Hollywood. Hollywood, stop raping my childhood like Starscream rapes my metal bugs. But,
Crickets.
Yeah, overall, Police Academy 1 is very funny. And it has a few oh shit moments, because I tell you what, even though I really didn't like Blanks and Copeland, I had a oh shit moment, you're in trouble, when they got to the hole in the fence.
Mm-hmm.
Assholes.
Definitely a good show, though, in any case.
Oh, yes, very much so. So, I guess thank you for joining us here on MWIRE Movie Week in Review. There are some ways you can contact with us or leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com. Join the forums, PredaconEmpire.com/Nexus. Leave the show's feedback in iTunes. Please do this. I think we still do not have any iTunes feedback for this podcast. Follow us on Twitter. The show name there is GCRNMWIRE. Mine is TFG1 Mike. What is your Twitter?
SCP-21.
Search GeekCast Radio Network to follow us on Facebook. As of this episode for MWIRE, the voicemail line is back. Call us and tell us the show you're leaving the message for and your name. The number is 502-526-5821. We hope you enjoyed this episode of MWIRE and wish you'll join us next time when we will be reviewing in the DVD Spotlight Police Academy 2, their first assignment. For now, I am TFG1 Mike with
Steve Megatron Phillips.
Until next time.
Get out of here.
And clean the ashtray while you're at it. Yeah, I'm sorry, Lou. You just can't get good help these days. Respect for anything. They don't respect the customers. They don't respect property. They don't respect respect. I mean, my
Holy
kid.
shit!
Jesus! It fits! Damn thing fits! I thought there were no more spaces. Am I an idiot or what?
What are you in for? I'll show you.
God damn it! Stop that! Oh, no, sir. No, not you.
That's terrific. Really.
By heart.
Cadet Mahoney, report immediately to the Commandant's office. Cadet Mahoney.
Okay, Mahoney. Get going. On the double. Move it, move it, move it. Now.
Lieutenant Harris, report immediately to the firing range. Lieutenant Harris.
Excuse me. Callahan, take over.
Where I'm standing, right here, right now. All right, now. Come at me with an imaginary knife.
Do I have to?
Yes, you do. I'm not joking. Come on. Come on. No! Okay. That's how it's done. Who's next?
That's me!
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. At ease, High Tower. At ease. High Tower, you take it easy now. High Tower. High Tower, don't do that, High Tower. If you don't stop, you are out of here. Mister, I am warning you, High Tower. You messed up big. What you want me to do first? I believe I'd shoot this one. Yeah, you open it.